Hopefully that's better. Yeah? Yeah? Sound off if it's too loud or whatever. You know, I mean, yeah, okay. Where is it? There, okay. Okay, there we are. For reasons I cannot get into, I've got a few musicals stuck in my head. Particularly some Fiddler on the Roof songs. And it's... I don't know. I'm working on page 110. So it's a little ahead of what is going to be published for a while. So slight spoilers, but again, I'm hiding official dialogue. So that's fun. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Also, it's kind of rainy and thundery in my area, so if the stream suddenly cuts out, that just means, I have... Yeah. It just means my power went out. Oh, shit. I keep forgetting her chest isn't that fluffy anymore. Did I do that on the other pages? Well, I didn't sketch the other pages yet, so... He will come back, perhaps, but still he will return to me. Another prayer he's got to live for today. I will live when we're together again. Every day I will pray until then. Amen. And every day another prayer will bring him close to me. And every night a little star we both share. Then one day when I open my eyes, he will be standing right over there. One day. Hello. There's something I must say. I wanted to protect you another day. I wish there was a way I could make it untrue. I heard the news today. I fear the worst has happened. Another year, an accident occurred. Edmond Dantes is dead, dead and gone. Rest in peace, may flights of angels sing him to his rest. Let me hold and help to heal you every day, a little death. Every day a little death, every day a little death, every day a little death. If you don't know the Count de Monte Cristo as the best musical ever, I can't be friends with you. We must fix this egregious misdemeanor, like these arms. What the fuck is going on with these arms? Hang on. Let's see, what was the... Let me bring up an old page. Ah! That's what the issue was. Sketch was unclear. Bah. I was talking about Fiddler on the Roof, and then I started singing Count Monte Cristo. So, anyway, my brain, I was thinking about, let me explain my ADHD thought process here. There's a line in this next coming page where Hawkstar mentions tradition. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny, since this is the 10th page when that goes up. So that week, when this page goes live, I try to do a sketch dump every 10 pages. So then it was like, oh, for that sketch dump, I should draw Hawkstar and everyone else singing Traditions from Fiddler on the Roof. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I just did a series where I took all 8 of these characters and drew them singing different, would choose one of my favorite musicals and then have them sing a song from, their patron song from it or something. I thought, oh, that's so funny. And then, my favorite musical is The Count de Monte Cristo. Not just as a musical, but it's also just my favorite story. It's one of my favorite stories ever. I should watch the movie more. It's not one of my comfort movies, funnily enough. My comfort movies, aka my favorite of all time movies, is Aliens, the second one, the extended edition. That one is my favorite. Dread, the 2012 version. And so far, that's the list. I mean, I have other favorite movies, but there are a few... Oh, that's in the wrong spot. Hold on. There are a few movies that I can just put on in the background. Just put on and just have playing in the background. Like Aliens and Dread, because I've seen them so many times, and I love them to death. I figured, yeah, I need to make a comprehensive list. Like, anytime I just need something in the background, I can just put on a film. Or if someone asks me the dreaded question, what's your favorite movie? I can just say, oh, okay, here's my top 5. And I'm forgetting how to draw caves. The weird thing about this rock cave, it's not physically possible with the way I have it formed. It was supposed to be a rock that was cracked, but, a large boulder that was cracked. Because the original leader den in old Thunder Clan was a rock that apparently had a river had eroded. So that's why it was formed that way. For this rock, there's no history to it, really. It's just a rock that got split. But it's not formed like that. It's formed like what's that reptile company that makes the fake hides? Well, it looks like something you would buy at Petco for your pet reptile. It really does. And it keeps changing every comic frame. I don't have a set design for the... I mean, look at the... That's not it at all. Hold up. I need to save this. go. So since it's on Disney Plus, I feel like I can talk about it a bit more. But my mom watches my streams, and I don't want to spoil her, because she hasn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yet. I don't know if she's watching it live. Probably not. She's probably at work, because it's a Monday. But she watches them later, and I don't want to be talking about stuff. So, Mom, if you're watching, at this point, we might get into some Guardians 3 spoilers. I don't know. Oh, goodness. If you want the best mocha of your life, listen up. What you do is you brew your hot coffee, preferably as black as you can make it, because black coffee is the only way to drink coffee, really. But then for a mocha, you take milk. Depending on your ratios, that all depends on what size you want. Get the Nesquik chocolate milk mix and make your chocolate milk. Add 1 to 2 scoops, again, depending on your ratios of size, of regular hot chocolate mix. Pour in your hot coffee to help dissolve the chocolate and just mix it all together. Oh my god. This is the best mocha I've ever had. The key is to have the base of chocolate milk, not just plain milk. Because plain milk has gives it a weird aftertaste, especially if you don't put in enough chocolate mix. Because then if it's just milk and coffee with a tiny bit of chocolate, the coffee gets a weird milky, buttery aftertaste. I don't know if that's just me, but that's what I've noticed. So, make it chocolate milk. I don't care if you pre-buy the chocolate milk or if you make it with the Nestle's. That's just what I did. It's really good. And then, of course, no mocha is really complete without some caramel. But then it's not really a mocha, it's a macchiato at that point. So, I love Nestle Crunch. Stupid effing meme, I hate it. Hello. Yes, hello, kitty. You probably can't hear her purring. Do you want out? Where's your food bowl empty? I'd be surprised if you guys can't hear her. But then again, my mic doesn't pick up my stuff. Here, come here. Come here. Boshi. Boshi. Okay, guys. Say hello to Umoboshi. Did you guys hear her purring? Alright. Oh, I'm sorry. I manhandled you. Hey, but that's revenge. That's revenge for barfing on my chair yesterday. Ruined my pillow. Stupid cat. She's not my cat. Put my gloves back on. And here we go. It doesn't happen often enough, so I never think about making a Sprite, but I feel like I should make a Sprite that anytime Oi! Get out of my trash! I have a cat on the desk. I'll just hold them up to the mic. So I just have a Sprite of me holding a cat. But it changes which cat it is, so it's not Boshi, he's gonna bite you. I should definitely make a Sprite for whenever I'm talking to someone else. You know, not off camera, because there's no camera here, but if I'm, like, talking to someone else, so then, I don't know.
Because there was a stream edit I made a while ago talking about the Mandalore. And it was just really me talking about how I didn't understand the lore of Star Wars. I misunderstood it. And then my sister was yelling at me from the living room, explaining the history of the Darksaber to me. And we're just yelling. She's sitting in the living room, which, you know, is where my office is. Okay, here it is. Here's my office, which has a closet and another closet. There's a hallway, and I have a bathroom, my bedroom, and then here's the living room. So I'm in here working on my stuff. My sister is literally sitting on a couch right here. It's like, here's the door. And we're talking about the fall of the siege of Mandalore. One of the audio clips from that edit that lives in my head for whatever reason is my distant voice yelling into the void going, "Where was the Darksaber during the siege of Mandalore?" Because I thought Maul had the Darksaber during the siege of Mandalore, which is when Ahsoka was there. But no, he did not have it. He had his regular lightsabers, and I'm just, wait a minute, where is it? Ew. It was right there. I didn't have to screw around with that, did I? Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I'm making a decision here. Now, a lot of people say, oh, if you have ADHD, you take Adderall and it helps because now you can focus and calmly sit down and focus on single tasks and whatnot. But I'm sitting here like, would my streams be any less entertaining if I was on Adderall and could focus on one task? Sure, I mean, I would be able to do my laundry and not have to have a video playing. But hey, man, where's the fun in folding your... What's the point in fun in folding your laundry if you're not listening to a creepypasta story about this, one family being tormented by a bat, bird, lizard creature in the woods? What's the point? You know? And it's not just me, oh, I don't do it because streams and views. Like, what views? Let's be honest. If I had the chance, I would probably take Adderall maybe once just to see what what it would do to me. But at the same time, I feel like I would take it once and then never again. But only on very rare occasions. Because half of my creative process is just ADHD brain go brr. That is not the right... I sketched him wrong, so that's also what's affecting it. Whoops. Okay, so let me fix his sketch. And then I'll get back to the line art. You know, I've never animated anything really before in my life. You know, real animation. But in doing comics, it's really helped me kind of appreciate every step. You know, how you have your storyboard artists and then your animators along with your cleanup artists, the colorers, the backgrounds, you know. How they're in charge of each step and how each step affects the other. Because, like, if your storyboards aren't clear, the animators are gonna have, are gonna struggle a bit. And if the animators aren't already 100% on model, the cleanup artist can just focus on vectoring the lines and making sure it's extra, extra smooth and whatnot. So, just saying, if you have a shitty sketch underneath some line art, even if you're really good at line art, I mean, it's gonna affect the way a piece looks. See, that's much better. And we'll see how he turns out. Also, his mouth is bugging me. What do you want, cat? No. You're not gonna pull that same shit you do with your mom. Now, I would open the window, but I got a spider living in there, and she keeps me company. Sure, she freaks me the fuck out, but hey, she's not bugs in her web, so that's good. No. If you want to go potty, well, tough. Not potty. You got a litter box. Used to talking to dogs. If you want to go outside, tough. My weather forecast says we got heavy rain coming. I don't know when, don't know where, or even if it's coming. The forecast said it was supposed to rain all weekend, and then we didn't hardly get 2 drops. Because I live in a fucking desert. Well, now, what did you find? Oh, yeah, you can play with that. You know those little Velcro straps that your cords come with that no one actually ever uses, or at least I don't use them? I keep those around just, I don't know why, just as stim toys, and I come from the mentality where you never throw anything away unless, it's actual garbage. Because you might need it one day, which is... That's hoarder mentality. But, yeah, shush. Also, it just works as fun cat toys. If nothing else, it'll turn into a cat toy. Same with old socks. We, tie them together, tie knots in them, and look, now the dogs have a chew toy that smell like us. So, win-win. So if you hear skittering and all around restlessness, my sister's cat is playing with a piece of Velcro. I also rearranged my office yesterday, so I'm happy with the result. So basically my desk beforehand was right up against the corner, and at first when I first set it up, it was fine because, well, I don't know, but recently it's felt very claustrophobic, so I moved it away from the corner by a foot and a half, put in a little end table there so that I'm not up against the wall. But this little end table can have, my dry erase markers, my candles and whatnot, so it's not on my desk. And for some reason, the room now feels more open, but somehow smaller. I don't know how to describe it. It's because I've moved literally 3 feet. And I also have this black table that I kind of have shaped, paired it with my wooden desk that I work on, with this black metal table, or this plastic flimsy table, to form an L shape. So I have my other stuff, my papers and whatnot, on that side. But it just, the way I've moved it and have it set up, it just feels more open, more spacious. I mean, I could post a picture on the community tab, so you guys know what I'm dealing with and what I'm talking about. I got my lava lamp set up, so that's nice. I put a plant in here. Because I have 2 pothos plants. So hopefully the setup is a little bit more roomy. Yeah, it's so funny how, I felt like I was gonna have to rearrange the entire office and move out furniture and whatnot just in order to feel like it's a more comfortable space to work in. But literally, I moved a desk 2 feet to the right. And it changes the whole feel of the room. And I don't know how to describe it. I also have this desk back here. That's just a plain, again, like plywood computer desk. So there's no drawers. And it houses our 98 computer. Our Windows 1998 computer that still works. Still works. Still plays games. Still turns on functions, speakers, the whole shebang. Still works. We still use it. And I moved it, it was up against the wall to the point where, like, the desks were facing each other. But now I moved it so that it's against the wall with the window. So that it, basically I just turned it to the right. And again, like, the whole office feels more open, yet it also feels small. The room feels smaller. I don't know how to describe it, so I think I'm just gonna stop talking about it and then get on to drawing this damn page. What you got there? Friggin' cats. Sakura. Don't mess with my cords. I feel like that one lady that was trying to make those educational farm videos, but every time her videos were interrupted by her, what was it, a pet emu named Emmanuel? I feel like that. Every time I have the door open to my office and these hecking cats are around, I'm just like, Emmanuel, no. But no, it's just my sister's cats. But I can't just have the door shut because I'm the only one in the house. So then the cats will freak out because despite their tough exterior, cats are very much extroverted and hate to be alone. They prefer to be left alone, but they hate being alone, if you know what I mean. Anytime they think they're alone in the house, I can hear them. I'll be like in my office, quiet. Because I'm hyper-focusing. And then I just hear tap, tap, tap of their little paws and then just... Mama? Just... They're like asking like, hello? Is anyone there? Yeah, I'm here. I just say, what? And then they come in and look at me, and then they walk away and never talk to me. Cats are funny creatures. We as a family have owned several cats over the years and in my lifetime. So, I've never known I've never been in a house without at least 2 cats in it. Yeah, at minimum 1. So we've always had a cat in the house. But I've only owned, personally, I've only owned 1 cat. I'm fine with this paw looking wacky because the text bubble's gonna be right there. I've only owned 1 cat. His name was Bipto, after Captain Bipto from Space Invaders, which is another one of my favorite comfort movies. Anyway, so yeah, and he was a good kitty. Only had him for like 2 years before he just, I don't know what happened. Got left outside at night. Went outside the fenced area and never saw him again. Don't know what happened. Probably coyotes, because we have them in abundance around. Because he was already fixed, so he wouldn't have wandered off like that. Because he was very much a homebody. He preferred to, just hang out. But, yeah. I haven't gotten another cat since, and I don't think I will. I mean, if I did get another cat, it would have to be a shelter cat, definitely, and probably an older cat, or at the very least a cat that would be exclusively indoors. And I'm not sure I could deal with a kitten. Because, everyone loves kittens and whatnot, and you can teach them, learned behaviors and whatnot. But it's just, I kind of just want an office buddy. If you know what I mean. Cats are fine and whatever, but they like to bap things around, which is fine. But, I got pencils, cords, wires, drawing pens, papers. So if the cat's gonna bap at things, it's gotta be, like, the occasional bap, but not like, what regular cats are known for. So I would need either a mellow cat, or just a mellow indoor cat, or I kind of adopted an outside cat we have, Magpie. She really likes me. Just a cat that I see occasionally, and when we see each other outside, we just say hi. Yeah, I'm fine with just making friends with barn cats. I'm the same with, not the same, but, I used to have rats. I had 2 pet rats, and, they both died of old age at, 3 years, which, was very lovely. The longest I've heard of a rat living was 5, but, of a domestic cat, 5 on the high end, but, 3 years is pretty average for a rat, and it was a lovely experience, don't get me wrong. With my knowledge now, I think I would have a better time owning rats now with the knowledge I have. Because a lot of the knowledge what I was learning about rats, I was learning on the fly and doing research, and I was like, oh, everything we were taught about captive rodents is wrong. So yeah, there's that debacle. But I'm not sure I could do that again. And there are some animals that some people just shouldn't own. Like, some people just shouldn't have animals. That's a given. But there are some people who just don't have the temperament for certain animals. Like, I'm not sure I actually have the temperament for reptiles. Despite how much I love turtles and whatnot, and I love looking at the snakes and the lizards at pet stores, owning one and caring for one, well, the idea of having a turtle again is really, I really like the idea of owning a pet turtle again. Especially, given, again, what I know now about setups and whatnot. I'm not sure I could do it again. I mean, I'm not sure I could do reptiles. I have 2 leopard geckos, and I'm not sure I'm doing a good job owning them, if you know what I mean. A lot of people say, oh, leopard geckos are so personable and whatnot. It's like, I can't touch them without fear of getting bit. But that's just me with my fear of getting bit. I don't know what it is. It's just this irrational fear of something biting me. Which is why I was a little apprehensive of holding my rats as much as they needed to be held and interacted with. Which is probably why I think, as generic as it is to say, I think the best animal for me really is a dog. Especially Elias here. He's my bubby boy. He likes spending time with me, but he doesn't need to be in my lap all the time. He, in fact, doesn't like being in my lap. He just likes sitting next to me. The most annoying thing he does is lick his paws, but that's mostly an allergy thing, which I am working on fixing. Giving him meds for that. Don't know if I made him too big in this panel, but I honestly couldn't care less. So yeah, I need an animal that likes hanging out with me, but isn't clingy. That I can just say, alright, I'm going out. I'll be back soon. And they're just, okay, peace. And a lot of people think of that as like a cat thing, but cats are actually pretty clingy. You say, oh, cats are so independent, they can take care of themselves. It's like, yeah, they clean themselves and, you can litter box train them and whatnot, but they're really clingy. At least every cat I've known has been. Except maybe Spaz, the old family cat, but she lived up to her namesake. She was a Spaz. So, yeah, she's the exception. And I guess Elias is kind of clingy. Because, he always running around the house trying to keep up with me, to sit next to me, which I'm fine with, wanting to sit next to me. I don't see that as clingy. What I see as clingy is constantly needing to have my attention. That's kind of clingy. Don't know if that's working. I also need that. Yeah. There we go. I don't know, maybe a turtle. would be nice. But I already have 2 reptiles that I'm kind of not handling as much as I probably should. But I don't know. We'll say, oh yeah, reptiles are fine because you don't have to handle them all the time. But then people are like, oh yeah, you need to handle them every day. And I'm like, which is it? I'm fine with not having a whole lot of pets. I mean, despite having the most pets out of my family at any given time. Like, there was one time where I had several pets. I mean, I had 2 dogs. Like, there was one time where I had 2 dogs, 2 leopard geckos, a cat, and, like, 4 fish. So I had the most pets out of anyone in the family. I'm just, oh, wow. But now that I'm thinking about it, would be fine with just 1 pet. And I probably should only just have the 1. That is too broad. You better not be doing any shenanigans out there. Hold on, guys. I think the cats went out, so I'm gonna throw up the break screen, and then I'll be right back. I might need to put it on break again soon because the other dog went out. So yeah. I mean, on a technicality, they should be longer. If I did start my own animation studio, which would be a laugh, if I did. I would probably mostly work as a storyboard, as the storyboard artist, and maybe a keyframer. I don't know if that, if you use storyboards as keyframes. See, I don't know anything about animation. How tall are his ears? Okay. She went back in already? It's two. Okay. Alright, I'm not gonna put on break. I'm just gonna go get that real quick. Real quick. Alright, Dixie, I'm coming. The doggy. You're watching where I'm going, so I'm not chasing you. The forecast says rain is incoming, but it looks dry to me. I mean, I would say it smells moist out, but really all I'm smelling is the fertilizer on the nearby field, so it says, oh yes, this lovely rain weather. Ugh, cow shit. Actually, that's not cow. It's not cow. It's human. I don't want to talk about it either. I'll just draw that. One movie and book series that actually deserves more attention than it already gets? Narnia. I mean, because I rewatched I didn't finish it, part of the first film. 5 minutes in, I'm bawling like a bitch, and I don't know if it's just if it's just hormones, but oh my lord. Weeping like an infant. And then the CG, I noticed the CG because some of the scenes have that's, yeah, I can tell that's green screen. It's got a bit of a green tint to it. But it still looks good. Aslan is very expressive. All the animals are very expressive. So, the fact that Disney gave us that, it gave us Narnia, years prior to, The Lion King. I'm sorry, they have no right to say, because the animals aren't actually really spaceship. Shut the fuck up. Shove it up your ass, Disney. And just admit you were lazy. Just admit you were lazy. Because then people would be less angry. The fact that Disney is making excuses. half-assed excuses for making terrible movies. Or saying, oh, if you don't like it, you're a racist. It's like, what? No, you made a bad movie. That's nothing to do with race, man. Excuse me for demanding quality. I cannot draw consistently to save my life. Anyway, just speaking of... Yeah, I'm actually gonna move this up here. Yeah, with Narnia deserving more love. The soundtrack itself is so freaking badass. I mean, I got the music from the battle scene going through my head, and holy shit, Howard Shore slapped with that track. I mean, slapped us in the ass and just said, pay attention, my beautiful music. And we said, yes, sir. Also, the music from the scene where they're being crowned. Yeah, at Cara Paravel. Mwah! Beautiful. Gorgeous. That scene is just beautiful. The whole movie is beautiful. Have you seen it? It's beautiful. The whole franchise. I mean, sure, Voyage of the Dawn Treader didn't do as well as Prince Caspian. But, let's be honest, Voyage of the Dawn Treader was a terrible book. It was terrible. So given the source material, I think they did great. Especially with Prince Caspian. Holy shit, because I, grew up reading the books. And then I remember watching the original movies. So, these, live actions, well, they were both live action, but, these Disney remakes were phenomenal compared to the source material. But, what they did with Prince Caspian, I like the original movie because of nostalgia and whatnot, but if I had to pick, just a genuinely good movie, I would go with Prince Caspian. Because, oh my god, Prince Caspian is just such a good movie. And I'm not sure if I'm just saying that because, in comparison to the book, Prince Caspian is just a good movie. Because the book was just so terrible. Okay, line art is done here. We can start here. But then, yeah, when I watched the trailer for Voyage of the Dawn, when they announced Voyage of the Dawn Treader, I'm like, oh, good. But actually, I had mixed emotions because I was like, okay, hold on. I remember the book. It was really boring. What are they gonna... they're gonna have to add action to keep the intrigue. So when I saw the trailer and, oh, they added action to it. Good. The book was really boring. But then I saw who they got to play Eustace and how he was acting just from the trailer alone, and I said, I am watching that in theaters. We have to. Because we watched Caspian in theaters. I don't think we watched the original in theaters. Like, it came to DVD, and my mom saw it and went, oh, we're buying this, we're taking this home, and we are watching it tonight. And the whole family said, yes, we agree. I don't think, because our family, we don't have cable. We still don't. And we weren't really, like, YouTube and the internet really wasn't much of a thing back then. I mean, it was, but it wasn't to us. So when we learned about new movies based on DVD trailers and what we saw at the store. That's how we found out about new movies. So when we were just walking around Walmart and saw The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in DVD, we bought it immediately. And I'll have to, like, ask my mom about this. Hey, I know we watched Voyage of the Dawn Treader and Prince Caspian in theaters. I know we watched those two in theaters, because, by that time we had internet, and we found, the cinema in our area was finally built, so going to watch films was more readily accessible. Even though, now I think about, we've always had a theater in our area, we just never went there. But for some reason, when this theater was made, we went more. I don't know. I mean, the last movie I went to see in theaters was Guardians 3, but that's only because my dad took us, and it's a Guardians film, so of course we're going to go watch it. And the only tickets that were available that weren't in 3D were VIP, which we didn't realize. So, oh crap, $30. But then it was like, hey, it's VIP. We didn't utilize any of the added features that came with VIP because why would we? But the seats were amazing. I would suggest... Is that what I think it is? No, that's just wind. Or is it rain? Is it rain? Please tell me it's rain. I think it was just wind. Alright. Hopes up. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was saying, I would suggest VIP tickets if you have the money, just for the seats. Like, don't care about the bar or the fact that they bring food out to you. I don't care. I'm watching a movie. I'm not going to eat food. You eat the food after the film. So you can talk about the movie over dinner. That's what you do. And I mean, why would you go to a theater to drink alcohol while watching a film? I want to remember the damn movie I'm watching. If I want beer, I'd just sneak it into the theater. And honestly, it kind of ruins the movie-going experience. Like, if you get VIP, and everyone is drinking, I feel like that would ruin the movie experience for everyone else, because, you get some drunk asshole who's in the front row going, eh! At the screen, when, in, I hate to say, among regular company, sure, you might get an annoying kid in there, but... you know, most people are there to watch a film, and it's understood that you shut the fuck up. That's not the right expression. There we go. That did it. So yeah, the VIP seats were so comfortable, so spacious, and I mean, I could actually relax and enjoy watching the film because I could sit back and watch it. And you know, come on. When you're gonna watch something on the big screen, you have to lean back and get the perfect viewing experience. So if you're watching and you buy VIP tickets, don't get drunk. Please don't. Because that's just a dick move. You son of a bitch. I'm still having problems with my tablet switching modes inconsistently. I don't know what caused it or how to fix it, but it's been doing it more often recently, and it hasn't done it before. So I don't know if a button is failing or what. But it's getting kind of annoying. It's not breaking the experience, it's just like eye roll. It's like, ugh, I gotta manually do that now. Oh yeah, okay, let's talk about some news. Apparently, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie has a runtime of 3 hours. Which, that is, you know, just what was currently announced. I don't know if that's the final runtime or, you know, like, if that's the extended edition, you know, producer's cut and whatnot. Or if that's the final release, you know, don't know yet. But if it is 3 hours long, I'm not gonna complain. I am a little disappointed at the PG-13 rating announcement. I was like, oh, I was kind of hoping for an R-rated film, you know, really scary, lean into that, you know, the mortal peril, and you know, you got dead children stuffed into animatronics. Let's, you know, and they're gonna try and stuff his body into a suit with spring locks and whatnot. Come on. Let's get graphic. But, you know, I understand why they went for, you know, maybe they told a scary story and it didn't need the R rating. And, you know, it was still scary, but it was just like disturbing imagery and whatnot, but didn't quite get the R rating. So that, you know, that I would be fine with. And with a PG-13 rating, you know, because most of the audience is gonna, you know, be younger, like teens, and heaven forbid, parents take their kids to watch this film. Because, like, you do know what the story is about, right? It's about child murder. And corporate greed. You know, that's not a children's film, even though it involves children. Like, I would not take my kids to watch Dr. Sleep. In fact, I'm gonna wait till my kids are, like, a good 14 before I allow them to watch Dr. Sleep, before I feel comfortable watching Dr. Sleep with them. Because that's just I mean, it's not scary or anything, but I would want to, like, watch this movie and then sit down with them, you know, watch Dr. Sleep with my kids, and have a sit down so I can explain to them, hey, you know, this is all make-believe, but there are people out there like this that won't hesitate to hurt children. You know, have that talk with them. And that's Dr. Sleep. And I think that movie was R-rated. It was rated R for graphic imagery. And, you know, there was that one scene where, you know, he was with that one girl and she was snorting cocaine and whatnot. And then, you know, she dies, apparently. And then her ghost is in bed with him. And there's her and a dead baby on the bed. And that was terrifying for me. I was just, oh my god. So if you haven't seen Dr. Sleep, spoiler alert, there's a dead baby in there. There's a few dead babies. But that's, like, the point of the story. It's a Stephen King novel, so yeah. The sequel to The Shining. So yeah, like, if parents are gonna take their children, like, young children, to watch Five Nights at Freddy's because they want to go see the Freddy movie, please, you know, either explain to them before or after that it's make-believe, it's made up, but there are people out there that will try, you know, that will hurt you. So you need to be careful and be mindful. Which is why, you know, I wouldn't wait too long, but, like, if I had, like, teens, I would probably watch, The Invisible Man with them. And here's the thing, you know, with me, you know, they can maybe be younger, but then I would have to watch it with them, so I can, like, if they get scared, you know, I can say, hey, it's make-believe, it's all pretend, you know, like what my mom did with me watching movies. But, you know, if they're older, I want to, you know, have a sit down after the film and say, all right, while the story is fiction, is fantastical and make-believe, again, there are people out there like Adrian that will isolate you from your family, will make you feel like you're going crazy. It's called gaslighting and being, you know, emotionally manipulative, and physically abusive. You know, especially explain to them once, you know, when they're getting into dating and whatnot. Then I would really sit them down and explain to them certain behaviors that are toxic. Just so they don't find themselves in that situation. I mean, they're gonna make mistakes. I haven't dated anyone yet myself, so I know I'm gonna make mistakes when it comes to dating and whatnot. But at least when you have kids, it's kind of your job to advise them to avoid the mistakes you did, you know, you made. That's really the job of parents, is to guide your children, not just make sure they don't die before 18. I mean, that's the bare minimum you can do as a parent. What you should do is guide them. Figure out how to navigate the world. And I mean, you don't have to be a productive member of society, because currently the climate that's being created in this society kind of sucks. And if you want to stick it to the man, please do. Just don't get arrested. If you're gonna evade taxes, don't get arrested, okay? Don't pull an that's what did Al Capone in. That's a joke, YouTube. It's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke. But no, really, yeah. Al Capone, one of the most famous gangsters in the Boston? Or New... Oh my god, I'm forgetting my gangster lore. Was Al Capone Boston or New York? I know he was Italian. Shit. Anyway, one of the most famous gangsters and bootleggers, you know, who, like, murdered people and had gang, owned a gang, was a crime boss and, smuggled alcohol into cities during Prohibition. You know what they arrested him for, finally? Tax evasion. Because he didn't pay his taxes for his profits. You know, I think that's why they had that one joke episode where the Joker had to pay his taxes. You know, I'm crazy enough to take on on Batman, but the IRS, oh, no. No, thank you. Just, yeah, because Al Capone is crazy enough to take on the entire U.S. government, but the IRS, oh, no. They sent him to Alcatraz for that. I wonder if, Dr. Doofenshmirtz ever paid taxes. You know, I never watched Phineas and Ferb in its, completion myself. But I kind of want to know if he ever paid taxes. Because he made that one joke where, like, Perry wasn't paid. You know, he was getting college credits, and he's like, are you sure I'm the villain? But did he pay taxes? And I know the creators, can't say, no, he didn't pay taxes for legal reasons. Like, it's weird how Bill Cipher will throw himself down the stairs in Dipper's body, but he'll put on a seatbelt. That's because, S&P told him, oh, you have to put on a seatbelt because we gotta tell kids to wear seatbelts and whatnot. It's like, he's a villain. He's a literal demon possessing a child's body. Do you think he gives a damn about seatbelt safety? Well, S&P approved. Here we go. Da-da-da-da-da, gotta wear a seatbelt. Anytime the government is shoving anything down our throats saying you have to do this, da-da-da, I always get suspicious of it. Because the government actually suggesting anything that's good for your health is rare. Because they don't actually care about your health, they just want to make money. So anything that'll make them money, like, healthcare, they'll push. But seatbelts are like the one thing where I'm like, okay, I can see the logic, and I'm not sure if it's just because of my years of mental conditioning. But I also grew up with Dare, so whatever. She didn't look a little weird. So anyway, I was talking about if Doofenshmirtz did taxes, and I'm pretty sure the creator couldn't say yes or no, because then S&P would say, you have to. You have to say they pay taxes. It's like, he's a villain! Why would he pay taxes? The IRS are the real villains here. Good God. I'm not sure if I like her being here. Or should I make Brindle for the focus shot? Just for, you know. But then that's a little weird with her kind of wonky anatomy, so. Oops. Wrong layer. Or however the little jingle goes. Again, like I said, did not grow up a cable, don't know any of the show's jingles, really. Anything I know about the shows now is because of the internet. I will say, though, one thing about Phineas and Ferb that I actually know about and is really funny every time I see it is, you know, a platypus. Parry the platypus! Oh my god, that's just comedy gold. What kind of a plumber are you? A platypus plumber? Parry the platypus plumber? Perry the platypus! Just, that is one of the funniest gags in television, in children's media. Never die, please. I mean, it's not to the point to the meme where you can, like, just, like, have vague shapes. Like a blue rectangle, and then you put a brown rectangle near it, a square near it, and it's like, Perry the platypus! Or it's like, that's how you create a meme. Just a running gag that just gets funnier every time. Oh, that's not the right expression. Hold up. Speaking of running gags, I don't think I've put any in Path to Brighter Stars as of yet. Like, I never thought about it. Because, really, it's supposed to be based in the Warriors universe. And if you think about it, the Warriors universe doesn't really have any canon running gags, aside from the fact that the authors keep forgetting their own canon. Which, that's more of a fandom joke rather than a running gag. Like, you know, a good example of a running gag that is really hard to explain, but it's just so funny. Like, in Red vs. Blue, something explodes, and everyone says, "Son of a bitch!" That's just a running gag that keeps coming back, and I hope it never... I mean, well, I say I hope it never goes away, but I really hope that show ends soon, because it needed to end 12 seasons ago. If we're being honest, Red vs. Blue should have died a long time ago. Anyway, still, it's just that gag is so friggin' funny. Same with the, what the hell is that music? And calling someone a teen-killing fucktard for killing Church again. Tucker did it. That's the wrong Leia! That's the wrong shape. Actually, no, he's got a bit of a forehead and then his hair. There we go. Something I kind of realized. No, not really kind of realized, but Splashball is kind of the Tails, like Tails Prower of the group, but he's not like the genius inventor, but he is like the kid genius of the group, but is also like small child. Must protect, even though he's more than capable. I mean, I don't know how good Splashbot is at fighting, but I do know he is bigger, and later it'll come into it. He is much more muscular. Somehow he's more muscular than Hazelpaw, which I really haven't showcased it enough in the in the comic. I almost said in the show. I mean, that is the dream, to have my comics turn into, my graphic novels turn into shows. Not this one, because it's just a fan comic. Anyway, I really haven't had the chance to showcase it yet, but it is canon in my head that Splashpaw is bigger and more muscular than Hazelpaw. Hazelpaw's more lanky, even though he's kind of fuzzy or fluffy, so it hides that fact. At least I think he is, based on his ref. I mean, in his ref he looks pretty bulky and whatnot, but canonically, Splashpaw is much more muscular. Move that up a little. There we go. Here's something weird I've noticed about myself is I suck on my teeth a lot. I know it's totally random, but you know, when I'm concentrating or you know, when I think my mouth is being neutral, I'm actually sucking on my teeth, and I never realize I'm doing it. It was like, oh, that's probably why my teeth are crooked. It's like most of my teeth are straight, but it's my front bottom ones that are a little crooked, and it's like two that are really out of place. But it's just enough to kind of offset my speech a little bit. You can probably tell, but my speech is a little very front of the mouth, and like my tongue sometimes gets in the way. And I don't know if it's a tongue thing. Like, I know I don't have that, you know, my tongue is not too big for my mouth. You know, I'm not tongue-tied medically, even though, you know, physically, so I get tongue-tied all the time. It's because I keep saying all the wrong things. But yeah, I noticed, like, I unconsciously kind of suck on my teeth a little bit. I also notice, and it's really annoying, but I don't know how to like fix it. When I go to bite anything like a hamburger, because I had a burger last night for dinner, and I notice it keeps happening. Anytime I go to make a big bite, my lips, my bottom lip on the sides are always in the way of my teeth. So I end up always biting the sides of my lip. And I don't know how people like, how do you bite without your lips getting in the way? Is it just because my lips are too big? I mean, oh yes, I have big lips. Oh, my curse. But yes, it is. I keep biting them because they're in the fucking way. Think, oh yeah, I would kill to have lip space like yours. Or I would kill to have nails that grow like yours. And I'm like, would you though? Would you? Good God. You know what I'm gonna do? For cinematic purposes. I'm gonna put the Gaussian blur on Hawkstar here. I keep wanting to say Hawkthing, but her name is officially now Hawkstar. I don't know if I should do it after the coloring, though, or just focus on the line art. Wait a minute, what's her ear? Oh. Well then, if I'm gonna put the Gaussian blur on it, I should probably put her on a different layer. Hold up, let's see how it looks first. Filter, filter, Gaussian blur. Whoa, that's too much. 6. Yeah, that'd work. So if I draw this, actually. And then just draw it on this layer so that I can color this, you know, abstractly. It might work a little better. I'm not sure how I'm gonna move forward with streams. Usually I do late night streams or evening streams because that's just how my schedule worked out, but due to a series of unforeseen events, I have to be awake days now. And, I mean, it's fine. I don't hate it. Cause, you know, especially since I've been awake days this whole weekend. So, and this weekend hasn't been that hot, actually. It's been pretty nice. I mean, right now it is overcast and wet. And supposedly it's rainy. I hope it's raining somewhere. Because, you know, there's a fire in our area, and I hope it's at least raining there. Or, you know, getting rain, you know, it's raining in other places, and I hope that, you know, there's a fire in that area, because it's really dry. Which is, well, I hope you're getting the rain you need. To prevent and assist in wildfires. Also, I'm expecting guests this evening. So, evening stream probably isn't gonna happen. Which is why I decided to get a jump on this, you know, this work. Surrounded. Gosh, I'm Blur Wizard. Boom! Oh no! Hold on, let me get the eraser. There we go. And the pen to add that back in. Oh, oops. Always pay attention to what you're doing, dear. Oh, that's the motion blur. Oops. We want the Gaussian. There we go. There we are, good sir. Line art. Done. Lights, camera, action. It is 12 o'clock. That is lunch, ladies and gentlemen. But I think I'll eat later. Okay, sorry. It's just I had this horrible vision that I was stuck in a different mode. Anyway. So I said I was just going to do the lines today. I mean, for stream, but in the line art, in the line art step, I usually include coloring the eyes. I mean, technically it's part of the coloring, but I consider the lines, like the full line art done when, you know, we got speech bubbles, text, the lines, backgrounds, and the eyes colored. Mostly because I'm an overachiever. But also because, you know, this just feels like it's ready for extra colors. Like, it's ready for background colors. So I don't have to worry about it on stream. It's not that coloring the eyes takes too much trouble. It's just, like I said, I'm an overachiever. If I can, you know, I'll do that later. Oh, hell. There we go. We're on the correct layer now. And honestly, I'll probably continue working on coloring these pages, you know, when the stream is over. But I just won't have the video going. Because, you know, I like to listen to music and whatnot while I work on videos. And I was in the middle of the first Narnia film last night when I had to go to bed. So it's just, It's like what I said, you know, in the... Whoops! In the description. My ADHD wins 95% of the time. And it is kicking my ass today. And it's probably... I don't know why. But it is kicking my ass today. And this is kind of like the wind down for me. I think I'll color this in the background. Won't count it. There we go. Should I add a slight Gaussian blur on this background? Man, how far am I gonna go with these Gaussian blurs? To like set foreground and background. I think this is fine. Because I got the thicker line art. You know, this will be an experiment. You know, I'll experiment with it. Because, like, a few other pages I was experimenting with the different rendering style. So these next few pages that you're going to see in these upcoming weeks look different. Like, to me, they look fundamentally different pages, even though I'm drawing them the same. I just rendered them slightly differently, and it looks like someone else drew it, in my opinion. So it's just, I might keep that style if it works. Oh, right. Here we go. Last eyeball. And it's the boys. I'm also thinking of trying something with the eye shines. I don't know if it'll be too much or if it might actually add an extra layer of polish that will, you know, add intrigue to the eyes. Because I want the eyes to be very, you know, the most intriguing part of a character. Aside from their personality, of course. And yeah, I think we are done with this session. Got the lines, got the color, got the eyes. I'm gonna color this text real quick. Very much spoilers. So everyone hush. Oh, here it is. Merge down, and there. Save. And save. Spoilers all around. Stream over. Thank you all so much for watching, whether you're live or after the fact. Either way, I love you. Stream later, don't know where, don't know when, but I know I will stream again some hopefully rainy day. Anyway, bye.